So, story goes, I was going around my area code pros to see this. Oh, you were confused too? Let me explain my confusion particularly. First of all, double-decker, what the hecker? Like, sorry, I thought that was funny. It's not a double-decker, but they have two parts of this bus. That's first of all. Second of all, there is absolutely no way you can turn. Now this, yeah, maybe, but here, there's absolutely nothing to even attempt a turn at. And finally, the third thing wrong with this picture, the bus driver's the one in red. I truly and honestly could not make logic of it. So, I'm on my way to KC. If you don't know where that is, this is Kansas City, Missouri, which isn't far from Kansas City, Kansas, right in the middle of America. Kansas City has been called many names, such as Paris of the Plains, a place with no mountains, no beach, yet no complaints, gateway to the Southwest, heart of America, Cowtown, and the city of fountains. Did you know only Rome has more fountains than Kansas City does? Yeah, Rome. That Rome. And for food, they're known for chili, which I'll skip on. Sorry about that. Cinnamon rolls, which are almost too irresistible. And barbecue, which I plan on trying on this trip, so let's get started. I'm here in this place called Kansas City. Oh, by the way, fell in love with this dog here. Throughout this video. It was kind of what most of this video was. Haha, just kidding. But, this is the homie. This is Janice. This is a bit of a longer video, so go ahead and get comfy and grab a snack. If you're from Kansas City, you might have a cheese slipper. No, it's not what you think. Have you heard of a cheese slipper? Kansas City is apparently notorious for a cheese slipper, which I read to be ciabatta bread that I think is well seasoned and then topped with a multiple variety of cheese. And then, apparently, that's like a very only Kansas City thing. So when you live here, you know about it, but when you're out of it, you have no clue. Meet Tiger, a reoccurring guest. Buckle up, because this may be the largest Pan-Asian market I'm yet to see within my lifetime. The word that comes to mind is variety. I feel like since you've gone to this part of the trip, I should tell you that something did happen on this Kansas City trip. Don't look at me like... I know, guys. I'm getting to it. Don't look at me like that. There's this band. There's a band. 8 members, K-pop, variety. I just need to let you know. There may be no turning back. Sad. You know, we don't need to talk about it. Bangchan and Felix is the answer. I love this slogan so much. It ain't much if it ain't Dutch. Welcome to Dutch Flowers here in Kansas City. Which, by the way, I did study abroad in the Netherlands for about 3 months, so I will be looking for clogs, tulips, and some type of bicycle representation, of course. And lots of orange. Please and thank you. There was a mandatory stop at this little place called Yoki, where they sell things that make you cheerful. In other words, very, very cute things. just admiring the view, then this happens. A cat on a stroller in a streetcar.
Now people hop in the stroller and then tell us like, hey, I want to go outside.
So this is a frequent thing.
Every day people try to get into the stroller and yell at us at 5 p.m.
You are living the life. The following morning was a little bit of a rough one. It just took a moment to get up. So my first thought on arrival is, this museum is huge. Turns out the Nelson Gallery was actually two museums up until about 50 years ago. Okay, so that's answered. And following concern, this looks expensive. And I found that to be because it is the 10th most funded art museum within the US. And you're thinking 10th, but then you see the numbers. I'm not even sure I could read that number of the New York Art Museum. Point being, the experience was luxury everywhere. The Nelson-Atkins Art Museum is recognized internationally as one of the finest general art museums in the United States, with about 40,000 works of art, while still expanding. It quite literally is a unique experience and a different world you can enter at each turn of this museum. Since opening doors in December of 1933, the museum claims to welcome all people and, quote, all groups, all races, all creeds. And the way they try to prove this inclusivity is by having free admissions to all people. The way they've gotten such a vast collection is actually at the height of the Great Depression. There's a lot of art for sale, but not many people buying. But those people who did have money did end up buying art around the world at this time, and that's how most of the pieces ended up in this museum. And they now have one of the largest collections in the country. With 600 locations in Japan, also within the US, welcome to gyu-kaku, which means horn of the bull in Japanese, a restaurant that provides authentic Japanese yakiniku, or grilled barbecue. How this place works is that you have a personal grill installed to every table, a smokeless grill. This is how that works, by the way. And by grilling your own food, you get this experience of laughter and conversation and just a great time. There are these barbecue courses where they have set prices for a certain amount of barbecue items and starters. And we had the value course, which has all of these, and it was so much and so good. Will I be trying Japanese barbecue again? Yes, very much so. There's a coffee chain here and around these parts of the US. It's more in Western, but it's also expanding all throughout the US, and it's known as Dutch Bros. And you'll never guess, but it was discovered by two Dutch descendant brothers. They both came from a dairy farm, and as the environments were changing, so were their plans. So they decided to open Dutch Bros, a drive-through only coffee company. The drive-through concept also seems to be only a thing that would work so well in America. So I think it's very interesting to see these Dutch Bros conquer America in the drive-through coffee scene.
Chai's good. It's not as sweet as like Starbucks, but I think that's a good thing.
So here's the dealio. I actually went to the headquarters of IKEA, which you'll be surprised to know is in the Netherlands. not in Sweden. Yes, this is me hugging headquarter IKEA teddy bears. The fact that I've been there already makes it number one, but this may be the second best IKEA I've been to. Something I found cool about this location is that it actually installed the largest rooftop solar array, or like solar panel, within the state. So that's pretty neat. But as for the experience, it's quite large, like 359,000 square feet large. And what I like about IKEA, like what I like about every place that I'm going to travel, is that they're all different from one another. This one had a different arrangement as well as sold different items, such as this picture that I cannot find at mine. But I always like an IKEA trip, so had a blast. So long story made short, I started watching the show called Ted Lasso that you might have heard of. A fan favorite on Apple TV. Anyways, you don't really need to watch the show to understand this little moment. All you need to know is that he brought every morning this little pink box of shortbread for his boss, Rebecca. And that small act of kindness was relentless, and eventually broke her to be a softer person. And it is such a sweet, wholesome moment in a show that we had to make them. And by we, I mean my friend. Actually, 100% not me, 100% my friend made these shortbread cookies. If you don't know, shortbread is a sweet biscuit. And let me tell you, I didn't know they could be this good. It's like a sugar cookie, which is the main cookie that I like, but made fluffier.
Because I can't help but root for him.
I've had the all-American breakfast from two places. First one being the Big Biscuit, which I don't know why I refused to try a Big Biscuit from the Big Biscuit, but their specialty is that American size, if you know what I mean. The Big Biscuit originated in Kansas City, so I think that's pretty cool. But the other place that I went to is called First Watch, which also was a pretty neat place. I think it's depending on your taste and your dietary restrictions on which one you may prefer, but all I know is that this avocado toast was fantastic. The bread was fresh, the avocado had nice citrusy notes, and of course the egg was gonna be fire, because that's what they started on. Previously known as the good egg, which something about that is so cute. I think she's pretending she doesn't know, so she doesn't have to take the bath. Kind of random, but I had a delightful chicken pot pie, and I just wanted to know your thoughts on the topic. So this is Noel Miller.
Big energy. Let's go. Noah, let's hit him with that big energy. You ready? 3, 2.
My name is Gustavo.
Walkie slush.
I blinked.
I watched this comedy show and it really gave this personal aspect into him while keeping me laughing the whole time. The show gave this personal glance into who he actually is, where he comes from, why he's so funny. It was an honor to have him be my first comedy show because I laughed the whole time. And by the way, meatcanyon was there.
You gonna just be honest or should I just lie?
Lie.
He does videos like this.
What a sick.
So he was a few seats ahead of me, but I left him in peace to enjoy the show just as I did. Because he's from Kansas City, but they're both so wildly talented that I can only be appreciative of everything they provided me. Fun times, the swell rides, the good vibes that night. So thanks, Noel, for my first comedy show. Much appreciated. Kansas City travels have reached an end. But if you're here for my charming personality, well, long story short, I'm trying to make a cake. Actually, I already made the cake, which you would think is the hard part, but me trying to ice the cake for my friend was a struggle. And I also tried an orange for the first time, a specific type of orange. I've had oranges before. Anyways, that's the gist. If you stay past this part, I feel the love. What does it mean? Good morning. I do. What can I say? I'm a morning person.
Yes, please.
What did you think of Fun Adventure? I'm gonna try this orange today. The Sumo Citrus. Sumo Citron. It looks like this. It feels freshly picked, you know? I'm actually really excited. My friend gave me this last night, and I've been thinking about it all morning. The skin is harder than you would think. Do you see the bounds? It's some good juicy stuff in there. Maybe I should get 2 towels. Just in case. Okay. Did this orange just make a sound at me? I don't know how else to open this. Fruit is fantastic. This looks like the best orange. Do you see this? This is what we got. The second towel. It's not cool. I don't agree with it. That's just my opinion, obviously. This looks like such a fantastic orange. I think an orange is a great way to start your day. Sometime in fall, I just really fell in love with oranges. They were always something I was like, all right, cool. Or when you're hungry and they happen to be nearby, you're like, oh, they're fantastic. But if I had an option, it wouldn't necessarily be orange. That being said, August changed something in me, and I love oranges a lot. All I have to say, taste test. I'm having such a grand time. I really am. It's a little bitter, but it tastes like the real deal. This is the sour candy you just can't pay for. It's nature's candy of fruit. I fucks with it. So I'm gonna have that for breakfast. I might even add a banana to it as well. Beautiful. I love this medicine. This is the cake that I brought. It's smelling delightful. Oh, they're not here. I think I'm gonna ice this cake and they're gonna come back to like a boom, cake's ready. What time is it? I slept so good last night. I literally slept so good. I felt like I slept so long. Nope, just slept well. I made some homemade icing. Now I think we're gonna decorate with what we have. Do I want to be Snoopy? Always identified more as a Garfield character than Snoopy, but I'll be Snoopy today. I think it's improv kind of day. I was looking around for a spatula. I think it's called a spatula. I think this is also called a spatula, and this is what I have. You know what? I might actually look up a video. No, I can improv. I'm good at this sometimes. Let's hope this is one of the times.
a great start. Oh my gosh, it smells good. So I think I'm gonna use this to kind of like smooth out the icing and a big old spoon somewhere. Maybe like a big old spoon. Is this crazy? Just let me smooth it. That is, I found you. That has been scaring me for a few hours. They have an air freshener because they like to keep their house nice. And I also, I've been hearing this like every hour. That it's by a door, so I feel like something's scratching at the door, and I'm like, nah, to the nah. Still, it's cool. It's a air freshener, automatic one. Wow, what a time we live in. This is my cake. I think the plan. And I'm going in with gusto, by the way, much gusto, all gusto. Icing. If I separate this and it doesn't go well, that's my heart. All gone, everywhere, nowhere. At the same time. It's shattered. My heart's shattered. I'm using a lot of leg power here. Okay. I'm so scared. I do not want to destroy this cake. Can you imagine that? Oh, it's dense. Oh my gosh, yes. That was what I was scared of. Next, scoop the gloop in the boop. I'm so scared. Oh, this frosting is too thick now. Because this is not working. The whole thing is going to fall off if I go at this pace. I don't know how I feel about this spatula method. Oh gosh, this is so wrong. This was wrong on many levels. I'm glad they're not here. I mean, my favorite part of this is that I'm gonna cover it up. And I don't even know how I'm gonna go about the rest of this. This might be the way. If you don't know what to do for icing, double spoon. Maybe I'm speaking too soon. I still can't tell. I can't tell how all of this is working at all. I can't tell. I found the key. The key between that and this. Oh, and this. It's a knife. It's something I probably should have thought about. Genius. Back at it with vigor. It's insane how much easier this is. That's for sure. It's one color, it's one type of icing, it's simple, it's minimalist. It looks very homemade and I think it's so cute. And I think she's gonna like it. I did that thing right there. This sadly was my final day here. But I also know it's just the start to my traveling journeys, especially to see my bestie. She's amazing, and if you're watching this, I love this experience and I can't wait to see you again. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next video.